I'm Jason, a 9-to-5 worker and collector of plastic playthings. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my Dollar General sword and said, "By the ideas in Jay's skull," I became Patriot Prime, the most mediocre toy reviewer on YouTube. Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another video review, or rather, another challenge video. I belong to a group on Facebook called the Hardcore Collectors. It's a large group of toy collectors who collect all different lines that come together and go over their toys. I mean, it's a fun group. I mean, it's a hoot. It's a real pleasure to be a part of. The admin, Jay, he came up with a challenge the first of the year, which he calls the Jay's Curse Challenge. And what you have to do, if you're willing to participate, you had to pick 3 toy lines that you do not collect, but may be willing to. You have to put those 3 toy lines in a poll and post it on the Hardcore Collectors page. I picked Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, and Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe won by a landslide. So what I had to do was, by the rules, spend at least $25 on that particular line and do a video review of them. I spent about 25 bucks on eBay and Facebook and acquired a nice little set of vintage Masters of the Universe figures that I'm going to go over for this challenge. Now, I've always loved Masters of the Universe. I watched the cartoon constantly as a kid. I only had one figure, though. For some reason, I never collected the toys. Loved the cartoons, loved the comic books, just something about that world. It was a perfect blend of Star Wars and Conan. I mean, it was awesome. I still enjoy it to this day. But, like I said, I never collected the figures. So, Jay, I hope this is what you're after, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. So what I have here is a lot of vintage He-Man figures ranging from years 1983 to 1985. Starting in the back, we have Roboto, Man-E-Faces, Trapjaw, Clawful, Tri-Klops, and of course, He-Man and Skeletor. So what I'll do now is go over each figure individually so you can get a closer look at them. Starting, of course, with He-Man. This is Battle Armor He-Man. He's from Wave 3, 1984. He came with his power sword, and this is his shield. But according to what I saw online, he should have an axe instead of a shield. So that's from another character. That might be from the original He-Man. But the Battle Armor He-Man had a gimmick where if you hit this spot on his chest, it showed battle damage. Now mine is a little loose. It doesn't hold position good. It's supposed to have 2 different versions of damage. So there it looks good. Press it once and it goes right to the second part. So it's a very loose mechanism. Skeletor's works a lot better. He's supposed to have a power punch as well, but this one does not. He also has a little bit of, looks like marker or maybe sun damage on his face. So maybe I can find a replacement head for him. So anyway, there is He-Man. Moving on now to Skeletor. This is also Battle Armor Skeletor that came out in 1984. He comes with his Havoc Staff, which I need to fix that. It's a little droopy. And his power sword. He also features the battle damage gimmick. Press, well, it's shot across too. Hold on. I know this works. Maybe. Gee, you'd think these 30-plus-year-old toys would work better. Anyway, what it should be, all right, there's your first damage. So you hit it once is 1 strike. 2 shows 2 strikes of battle damage. So pretty cool. I love the collars on Skeletor. That looks awesome. I wish he could hold his sword better. Mine's, the sword's broke right there at the handle. He can't really grip it. You kind of put it around his hand like so. But he still looks awesome. I always like Skeletor. He's one of my favorite bad guys. He doesn't have his twist and punch gimmick as well. And I think we'll review Tri-Klops next. Since he jumped line, this is Tri-Klops. He came out in 1983 as part of the Wave 2 assortment. He does feature his twisting, punching action. So there's like a rubber band in there, something that makes him, when you twist his waist, he will punch you. His other gimmick is he has this rotating visor that has a blue eye, a red eye, and a really, really evil eye. He's got some good paint on him as well. Love the detail on these guys. All these guys are just jacked and ripped. He's supposed to have a sword. That's where the sword goes right there, but alas, mine does not. So anyway, that is Tri-Klops. Now we'll move on to Clawful. Clawful was part of Wave 3 in 1984. He features the twist and punch gimmick. Mine has terrible loose legs. Saw online how to fix those. I just haven't done that yet. He does come with armor pieces right here that clip over the body. I'm not going to fool with them for chance it might break, so I'm not going to take those off. His other gimmick is he's got a spring-loaded lobster claw, so he can grab other Masters of the Universe. He also comes with a mace that fits over his other little claw hand, so he kind of looks like a fiddler crab with a lizard face. I like the details. He's got fins on his legs, clawed feet, but he's another jacked up looking Masters of the Universe dude with, I like the crustacean armor on him as well. So pretty cool. That is Clawful. Next up, we have Trapjaw, and this was the only Masters of the Universe figure I had as a kid. Why? Because he's a cyborg. I always love robots, and he was just so cool. One, because he has an interchangeable weapon arm. You can take the laser gun off his arm here. He stores his other weapons on his belt. The only other one I have is a claw. So the claw goes in there like so. He's supposed to have a hook. I need to track that down. He has his, well, no, yep, very, very, very loose, but no, it doesn't work. I thought he had his spring-loaded mechanism as well, but it doesn't work on him. I love the details on Trapjaw and the collars. The black, the green, the blue. He also has a moving mouth right there, if you can see. He's even got details there on the shoulder that make him look cybernetic. I love it. This is one of my favorites. He had a little loop here on top of his helmet. So what you could do, you could run a piece of string through there and he could zip down to fight the Masters of the Universe. So there is Trapjaw. Next up is Manny Faces. Manny Faces is a kind of a robotic looking dude. He came with this gun. I know it's not his. This belongs to a Masters of the Universe figure called MOTU, but it works for Manny Faces. He's got the spring-loaded punching gimmick. A lot of nice collars, a lot of nice sculpted details. And his feature, if I can get this to zoom in, let me move the light down a little bit, is if you take this knob on top of his head, you can switch him and turn him into a robot or a monster. So you kind of had three dudes in one. How cool is that? I love this dude. This guy's pretty sweet. So that is Manny Faces. And lastly, we have Roboto. He is a good guy robot. He's got a clear torso, so you can see the gears move on the inside when you twist him at the waist. You also notice his mouth goes up and down. So that's pretty cool. He's got great detailing there on the arms and on the legs. Now he's got the same feature Trapjaw does, is his right arm is interchangeable. You can trade out his laser gun with either an axe or a claw. This is on there really, really tight. I've got it off a couple times, but I'm afraid I'm going to break this. So the laser gun looks best in him anyway. So there you go, guys. There is Roboto. To be honest, I'm quite proud of my little starter Masters of the Universe collection. I know there's a few more pieces and parts I need to get, but for less than $25, I'm not complaining. Honestly, I could see myself collecting these guys. These are fun figures and a great piece of history. You know, we have He-Man toys to thank for the animated toy cartoons that we watched so frequently in the 80s. If it wasn't for these guys, we may not have had Transformers and G.I. Joe and Thundercats and the rest of those great cartoons. So yeah, they're cool gimmicks, they're cool figures, and actually finding the vintage ones, in my opinion, they're a little cheaper to track down than some of the newer versions. So yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I appreciate it, Jay. I never would have looked into these before. And guys, I appreciate you checking out my video. Don't forget to check out the Hardcore Collectors on Facebook. Tell them Patriot Prime sent you. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you want to see more videos by Patriot Prime. This is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hoo-ah! Hey, I really appreciate you guys stopping by my channel. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out some of my other videos that I've done on Generation 1 Transformers, Modern Era Transformers, and Toy Hacks Retro Label sets. Once again, this is Patriot Prime. Hoo-ah!